Climate change has become a very alarming issue these days. Everyone knows about it, everyone talks about it. In fact, the climate change impacts the whole globe, not a particular continent or a particular country. And if we take Asia, it is one of the continents which has got the largest population. And the climate change is due to the global warming, again which is because of the enhanced carbon dioxide. In fact, these days the carbon dioxide has increased up to almost 400 odd parts per million. I remember almost 35 years back, it was hardly 350 ppm. So the enhanced carbon dioxide, in fact, that enhances the temperatures, which at a later stage changes the precipitation patterns and sea level rise and several other factors. Now, what we see is that when this 2015, the last year, was the warmest year, in fact, for the whole globe. And even for country like India also, for the last 4 or 5 years, in fact, we are having the highest temperatures being recorded. But India is a country where southwest monsoon is so important, and we have the changes in temperature, mostly increase in temperatures, but do we have any changes, significant changes in the rainfall patterns? In fact, we couldn't find anything. Even in the onset of the southwest monsoon doesn't change much in the last 137 years. The rainfall also didn't change much. But the alarming part is that the rainfall distribution is changing from one region to another region. In the same region, the amount of rainfall per day is actually changing. In fact, the total rainfall doesn't change much, but the number of days are actually decreasing. That means the rainfall intensity is increasing. So because of the problems will be soil erosion, flooding and others. And when we studied more than 100 years data for the whole country, what we find is that the semi-arid areas in India, in fact, they are increasing at an alarming stage. Particularly states like Madhya Pradesh and Bihar, the change is more than 2 million hectares compared to the, say, during 1970s and others. It's actually very alarming. These two states, there is increase in the semi-arid areas. But do we have only negative things? No. We also have positive things. That means in certain areas the rainfall is increasing, and also once we know that the climates are changing, we will be able to suggest a better crop variety such that we can do the real climate smart agriculture and others. And what we do is that we actually use crop growth simulation models and other methods to assess the climate change impacts on crops. And in ICRISAT, we try to understand the impacts of climate change on groundnut and PGNP, and we have used crop growth simulation models to understand the crop cultivar coefficients and others. And using that one, what we find is that it is possible that in certain areas the groundnut yields can be reduced by almost 10% if we do not take any better management practices, and also the PGNP yields can be reduced by almost 25 to 28%. So that is possible, but it is not really bad. We can actually have better varieties and also good management practices, particularly water harvesting structures and then watershed management than others, such that we will be able to not only sustain the yields but also enhance the yields such that the growing population can be met with their food demands and requirements. ICRISAT is working in different states of India and also in different countries in Asia through watershed management as well as other varietal replacements and varietal recommendations. And in one project in Andhra Pradesh, a Raitu Kosam project we are doing, where we are trying to enhance the awareness of the farmers and the other stakeholders through climate and climate change related programs in local language, such that the people will understand the impacts of the climate change and understand what measures they have to take. And we are also trying to install the rain gauges in the farmers' fields and teach them how to measure the rainfall such that they will be able to use the measured rainfall information in their daily, day-to-day crop management practices.